Hello everyone, Sunday Adelaja here. Shegun Fatumo as usual. No failing, no failing, no failing. Bosse Fayajola. Welcome guys. Welcome everyone. Okay, who is the next person I greet today? Any other person coming on board? Nice to have all of you. Welcome. Oh, wow. TY. Hello. Magnolia. Rochelle White. Prince Daniel. Louis Abraham. Charles Smith. Ayo Adedayo. Adedayo. Welcome everyone. We're going to have a very good evening today, by the grace of God. Maybe it's afternoon in your place. Eric Lindo, welcome. Apostle Yomi, welcome. Ekang Guevara, Bola Luro, Ashuko, Sikprako, Lidovich. Welcome everyone. Mdike. Flair Karim Matip, Justin Mayo, Prophet Chris Nwai from Mombasa. Wow. Shola Ojewusi. Wow, how are you doing today? Yomi. Yeah, that's Jegede Ben Apute. Helba. Rosalie. Tokumbo. Merlin Nana. Welcome everyone. Nawa Junior. Okay. Well, as you are coming in today, I would like to encourage you to go look for your share button. Let's go share the link. Let's go share the message. The faster we do that, the better, because then we'll be ready to go and continue into proper teaching. So let's go share the link. Samola sharing day. Let's go share the link as you come in. Sure Andrew. Wow, what a name. Sure Andrew says he needs to talk to me. Why don't you just write me? Just go ahead and write me. My email. My email is pastor@godembassy.org. 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 Nikki Christian, welcome back. Sam Olashen, they said he shared it. Okay, if you have all shared, then we can take off today. Did you people get the notification for this message at all? Did anybody get notification? Because it's interesting. Some people are writing me that they didn't get notification. So, no notification. So you are here all by yourself without any notification. I think Facebook is playing some games on us. No notification. People are not getting notification. That is interesting. So you all just showed up all by yourself. Wow. Facebook is playing some game on us, huh? Well, it's a pity. Well, welcome anyway. Thank God you made it. Thank God you made it. Thank God you are here. So we'll be ready to go. I'm sure you heard the message of today. the role of preparation in your calling. The role of preparation in your calling. The role of preparation in your calling. We have been talking about calling now for some time. We've been talking about calling for some time now. And today, I'm going to continue to talk about how to discover your calling, how to discover your purpose in life. I have a book that is written in that area. The book is called Who Am I and Why Am I Here? Who Am I and Why Am I Here? If you don't have the book, you can get it on Amazon or on Okada Books in Africa. But today I'm going to be talking on the role of preparation, the role and place of preparation in your calling. Now, how can preparation help you to discover what your calling is? Actually, I want to say, my approach, I will be talking about this thing in two dimensions today. First of all, I hope you have all shared the link, because there is no notification. So that since there is no notification, let's go ahead and share the link and share the link so that our friends could know that we are on already. Yeah. How do you discover your calling? How do you discover your purpose? How do you discover what you are created for? One of the main keys for you to discover who you are and what you are created for is for you to study yourself, look into yourself, and find out, do a kind of inventory of yourself to find out what are those things that you could do without any preparation. What are those things that you think you could do easily? If they wake you up in the night, you'll be ready to do it. Normally, if anybody wakes you up in the night, you are not ready for anything. If anybody wakes you up in the night, I mean, you want to fight, you want to curse, you want to, do all kind of thing, and you want to, just just murmur and complain and say, why should you wake me up so early? Why should you wake me up in the night? I'm sleeping, guy. But when it's your calling, when it's your area of destiny, when it's your area of purpose, even though you might not like the fact that you have been working, you are just waking up from your slumber or from your sleep, but because it's a place where it's something where you find pleasure in, it's something that you like to do, something that you enjoy doing. It is something that is almost part and parcel of you. It is something that is buried in you. It is something that is placed in you, in your destiny. When it is your purpose, when it is your destiny like that, you know what? It doesn't matter if they wake you up in the night, you are happy to get back to them, to say, to go and do whatever they ask you to do. But unfortunately, many of us never take time to study ourselves. We never take time to study ourselves. And because we don't take time to study ourselves, well, we never discover who we are. I heard that some people go ahead and go and begin to do fasting and praying just to discover who they are. And then some people even go and visit some prophets, pay some prophets some money so that the prophets will help them to find out who they are or what their calling is. But the reason why you have to go through all that trouble is because you have not been told or you have not been taught to discover who you are just by observing yourself. Your calling is something that is in you. Your calling is something that is buried in you. So your calling is dwelling in you. Is waking up with you every day. Is sleeping with you every day. So your calling is right in you. Is hidden in you. So it is only by observing yourself and by looking inside yourself that you will discover that calling. You don't need to bother God to discover your calling. you need to research yourself. You need to look inside yourself. Oh, God could help you. God can do everything. But, the easier way to do it is just to look inside yourself, study yourself, and ask yourself at least this one question. We've been doing this now for a week. So if you have missed out on some of the secrets of finding out who you you might want to go back to them to go and study some of these secrets by going to my blog, sundayadelajablog.com. Go to sundayadelajablog.com and look at the teachings that have taken place over the past week. I started this teaching last week, Wednesday. So that's 7 days ago. And I've been talking every day about this topic. So you can find out ways and methods to use to discover who you are. And one of those methods is to find out what can you do, what comes to you so naturally, what comes to you so so effortlessly that even without preparation, you'll be ready to do it. You know, it's like I heard the story of one of Nigerian elite footballers. And you know, footballers, they need to train and they need to be fit before they could play football. The name of this our Nigerian soccer giant is called J.J. Okocha. The guy, I mean, he was sent to Europe for trials. And when he went to for trials, actually he was there by, they were not ready for him. So he was just there by accident. He didn't know he was going to go to trial. He actually accompanied somebody to the trial. He went to just see someone to the field. And then they told him, then the footballer told him, you know, this guy is talented. He can play football as well. He didn't even have his shoe. He was just having his dressing shoe. And so, I mean, as a footballer, it's dangerous for you not to train and not to be fit. So he couldn't say he was fit or he had prepared. He didn't even do the preliminary exercises that they needed to do. And they just, you know, called him to the field and he started to play. That same day, he was given a contract. That's the story. That same day, he was offered a contract, a professional contract. Why? This guy was not, I mean, he just flew in from Africa just to be with some of his relatives in Europe, and, you know, he was a professional footballer, and he was not even planning to go to the field. And he accompanied somebody to the club, and that's how the guy, everybody in Nigeria knows who J.J. Okocha is. It doesn't matter if they like football or they don't like football. J.J. Okocha is a football star, one of the greatest in our country. And because that's his gift, he was born to play football. So even though he was being waking up from a crude dream or sleep, and he was ready to play. He played so well that the other guy, who was a professional footballer already, was not signed, was not admitted into the club. He was the one that was admitted to the club. And at a young age, you know. So what is it that comes naturally to you? What is it that you are so comfortable with and you are so good doing that even if you did not prepare, you will still, of course, you might not be the best. You will not compare the J.J. Okocha that, you know, played that day unprepared to J.J. Okocha that is well trained, that is well exercised, that is well played, and that is well trained. You know, of course, when you are trained, when you train, and when you go through a period of preparation, of course, you are much better polished and much better, and you produce better results. But the thing I'm talking about is that for you to discover what your calling is, that this will help you to discover what your calling is. That, you know, there are some things that are so natural to you, there are some things that come so naturally to you that, you know, you will discover that this is just you. Why? Because your calling is living in you. Your calling is in you already. Because it's in you, you live with that calling, you sleep with that calling, you wake up with that calling. So what is that thing that is so natural to you that they could call on you at any time to do it, and you'll be willing to do it, and you'll be ready to do it? What is that you are willing to do at any time, that you'll be ready to do at any time? Even though you might still need to go through some preparation, some training and things like that, but you know, you just know you can do it. Like my daughter, I have two daughters, and one of my daughters, the senior daughter, her name is Zoe. We had a challenge with her. In fact, as a matter of fact, my wife was so concerned. She thought there was something wrong with her, because I think she didn't speak till she was 3 years or something. But when she was 1 year, she started not to speak, but she started to sing. Then the second year, she didn't speak, but she was singing. The third year, she didn't speak, but she was singing. My wife started saying, oh my God, she started fasting and praying. I said, Princess, don't worry. I mean, this child, she has her own destiny, because I knew that she was going to sing. And she was singing. Instead of talking, she was singing. So up till now, if we are in the house, anybody is just humming and so singing there on the dance. So if she's doing the house chores, she's singing. She's even reading, she's singing. And this, what is it that you will naturally do that will just come to you naturally, even without preparation? Of course, she still needs to prepare, to learn to do the piano, to do the preparation. But you still have something. When the thing is living in you, and your calling is definitely living in you, you don't need to look for it from outside. When the thing is living in you, when the thing is dwelling in you, you don't need to struggle to look for it and to be trying to look for it in the air or on the ground or somewhere in the sea or in the ocean. It's just close by you. In some cases, for some people, maybe it is singing, like I said. So for some people, maybe it's reading. Some people will sleep with a book, wake up with a book. Some people is thinking. For some people is just desire to make house chores, just to make things in order at home and to make the home nice, home making and things like that. Some people is just library. Some people is laboratory. So it doesn't, just look for it. What is it that is so indwelt in you, that is so latent in you, that that once they call you to do it, you'll be ready. You'll be ready. That is your calling. That is your calling. Now, I'm going to be speaking on two aspects of preparation today. One, the role of preparation in you knowing and discovering what your calling is. So in that sense, when it comes to discovering your calling, then the role of preparation is this. What is it that you can do without preparing? What is it that you don't need a special preparation for before you begin to do? That is your calling. That is your calling. What is it that you could do at any time? What is it that they could wake you up to do and you will do it? So that is, you don't really need a special preparation. So it's lack of preparation, but still willingness to do it. So you are not prepared, but you still know you can still do something. You are not ready, but you still know they call upon you to do it. You'll be ready to go to offer yourself. So that is when it comes to discovering that calling. But there is another role preparation plays when it comes to being excellent and being successful in the calling. So when it comes to discovering the calling, what is it you don't need to prepare for? What is it that you can do spontaneously without preparation? That is your calling. That is just in discovering it. But in becoming successful, it's the opposite. You must be prepared. In becoming excellent in the thing, you must be prepared. For any endeavor to be successful, you still must be prepared. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how gifted you are. It doesn't matter how anointed you are. It doesn't matter how called you are. It doesn't matter how talented you are. It doesn't matter how much gift is in you. You still must get ready anyway. So there is a difference there. So that's why I call this message the role of preparation in your calling. So when it comes to discovering the calling in relations to preparation, is that what can you do without preparation? It will help you to know and to discover the calling. But when it comes to excelling, in that calling, when it comes to being excellent in that calling, when it comes to being successful in that calling, when it comes to being the top and to be competitive in that calling, then you need preparation. So for example, if you like to sing and you never really practice, you never really work with experts, just like a lot of people in Africa. We have a lot of African people in America, African Americans, that are some of the best singers in the world. And you know why they are so good? Because they are naturally talented, also, but also they have access to professional preparations. They have access to coaches and trainers and supervisors who could train them and coach them and put their voice in order. So when the talent means preparation, that means greatness. That means greatness. That means excellence. That is just unbelievable. So that will mean success. That will mean great success. When talent and preparation meets, there is nothing like it. But on the other hand, in Africa, we have more African people. We have more African people than you have in America. I mean, you have almost 1 billion Africans in Africa. But even though they all have the talent, naturally, they can sing. You can wake every African up, they begin to sing. But why are they not the best singers in the world? Why are they not the leading singers in the world? Why are they not the singers that have all the money in the world? Why are they not the leading singers and the leading voices in the world? Because despite their natural gift and talent, they still need preparation. They still need some amount of preparation. They still need professional touch. They still need... So when with their talent and with their gift, when they could have somebody to add that little extra to them, that little grace, that little touch of preparation and excellence, then they will become the best in the world. But without it, even though they sing, they come to them naturally, but they will not be competitive. They will not be competitive. They will not be the best in the world. And they will not be able to make money. They will not be able to sustain themselves. They will only be singing for fun, but they will not be competitive. Same thing, like now, for example, we have Olympics going on. Did anybody hear of the Olympics? Did you hear of the Olympics? Are you aware of the Olympics? Are you from Africa? Especially if you are from Nigeria. Are you from Nigeria? Do you notice that the people who are winning the Olympics, especially when it comes to athletics, are black people, African people. But they are African people of American origin. You know, African people from America or from the Caribbean. So even though you have much more Africans in Africa, 1 billion of them, compared to a few billions that are abroad, but the reason why the Africans who win and who represent, who are in the Olympics and who are doing well, the only Africans who are doing well are the Africans who are not just talented. Everybody knows that Africans are talented in athletics, but talent alone, even if they wake you up and you are doing it naturally, that doesn't mean that you will still excel or you'll be competitive. You will not be competitive if that little touch of preparation is not added to it. So, so the role of preparation is twofold. What I'm talking about today is twofold. You need preparation. You need lack of preparation to discover your calling. But you need preparation to excel in it. You need lack of preparation to discover your calling. But you need extreme preparation to excel in it. So for you to know what your calling is, you need to ask yourself the question, what is it that I can do? And I will respond to without even preparation, without any preparation, without being prepared for it. What is it that I will naturally do that they could wake me up from sleep and I will be ready to go and do it? That is your calling. Without any preparation, I can go and do it, and I will still do well, or I will still do not bad, or I will be ready to go. But if it is something that is not already dwelling in you, and they want you to wake up in the night and go and do it, you will whine and complain and curse. You will not like to do it. But when it is something that is latent in you, that is dwelling in you, even if they wake you up in the middle of the night, even though you don't like it that they wake you up in the night, of course, but you will still be willing and be ready to go and do it, because that is what is in you. That is what is already in you. So when you don't need to be prepared. What is it that you can do without preparation? That answers the question of what your calling is. But for you to excel, for you to be successful, for you to be competitive, for you to be great in anything whatsoever, after you have discovered that you don't need preparation to do it and you are good in it, then you need preparation, real preparation, great preparation to now excel. You need preparation to now become who you need to become. So what naturally comes to you is what your calling is. And I'm not talking about negative things that naturally come to you. All of us have negative things that naturally come to us because we are dwelling in the flesh. We are carnal and we are human. But I'm not talking about the negative things that naturally come to you. I'm talking about, the great things, the talent, the things, the abilities, the skills, and, the desires, the good desires. That you can do without any, another way to put it is, what is it that you will not need motivation to do? You don't need motivation today. You don't need to be, you don't need people to be begging you and motivating you, but you can do it on the run. You can do it spontaneously. That's your calling. So maybe you can naturally think. Maybe you are a natural thinker. You don't even need to even think about it. You find yourself thinking. Then that means, then you have to go ahead and study what is thinking connected to, and what professions can thinking lead to, and thinking, what are the skills that are connected to it. That is how you now develop that ability to think, to make it into a money-making project. And then that's how you make that ability to think, the natural ability to think, that's how you make it a profession. And then you go and study on it, and then you go and you develop it, and then make yourself skillful, competitive, so that you'll be at the top of your game. Maybe it's just communication. Maybe you like just to relate with people. Maybe it's relationship. Maybe it is relationship that comes to you naturally, just like to be among people. Well, you ask yourself, what are the ways you could develop that ability? What are the professions that might be connected to that ability? Then you can go to school. So education is therefore supplementary in this case. As education is therefore something that only develops what you have already discovered. So you go through education, develop, your communication skills, refine it, and then make yourself competitive. That is when you begin to excel in it. Or maybe you just like to analyze something. Maybe you like to analyze things. If you are a thinker, you like to analyze things. But that's not, you don't just trivialize it. Don't just commonize it, and don't just look down at it and say, oh, that's nothing. Study it and find out what is analysis connected to. That could connect to money, that could connect to accounting, that could connect to finance, that could connect to banking, that could connect to management, that could connect to a lot of different professions. So look at professions that need analysis, and then follow your heart. Which of these professions I really feel good and passionate about? So then when you go, then that is when you now choose your profession and choose your school and your university. So when you go to study in line of your inclination, of the things that you are, or that is already latent in you, that's already indoors in you, that is when you discover your calling. I mean, that's when you develop your calling. You go to educate, you go to get education to fine-tune that calling. Maybe it's the opposite. Maybe you just like to be quiet. It might not be as bad as you think. Just being quiet has its own value as well. Why don't you just go and study what are the professions that desire and that demand silence, quietness, silence, introverts. Then that is how you discover how you can go and fine-tune that your gifts. That's how you discover what school to go to. That's how you discover what university to go to refine and to develop that ability. And then that's how it becomes competitive and money making for you. So every of your gift and calling, once discovered, must be developed. Once discovered, you must go through the process of preparation to develop it. If it is joy that you like to make people happy, and you are a person that is so happy and joyful, you like to make people happy, you like to smile, why don't you go and study what are the things, profession and skills that where in what professions is smiling required? In what profession is smiling required? Where can you develop this? In what area? So you see a whole list. You do an inventory of professions that need smiling and smile and joy. Then that's where you discover who you are. And then through that, you can go and develop it once you follow your heart, which one of the professions you go to. But you can never miss it because you are already in your line, in line of your inclination, in line of your gift. So the things that you do so naturally that you don't need preparation for, that could be your gift right there. It could be a pointer to your gift. Maybe you just smile naturally. Some people struggle to smile, you know. Some people struggle to laugh. But your smile could be leading you to the area of your calling and your profession. Some people cannot sing, you see. But some people cannot believe that there are people in this world who cannot sing. But there are people in this world who cannot sing. But if it comes to you so naturally that you don't even need to prepare for it, and you are so good in it, then we might need to go and develop that. More about writing. Or maybe you just like to improvise. You're creative. Improvise. Find out what areas that need creativity, improvising, and then you discover who you are. And if it comes to you naturally, that means you are, like for example, I like to improvise as well. And I see how that is helping me in my writing. Others need to force themselves to do this thing. But if it comes to you naturally without preparation, I don't even prepare to improvise. I didn't even study it before. These are things that are natural to me. That it means it's your calling. So the things that you are good in naturally without training, without preparation, that tells you what your calling is. Now, let's now deal with the second aspect of preparation. So preparation, the first role of preparation, that as I mentioned, is to help you discover what your gift is. The second role of preparation is once you have now discovered who you are, what your gift is, you need preparation to excel in it. Let me start with the word of Abraham Lincoln. Yeah, I like that this is quotation. Abraham Lincoln said, if I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, if I have 8 hours to chop down a tree, he said, I would rather spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. He said he will spend 6 hours, the first 6 hours, sharpening his axe. So he will spend 6 out of 8 hours and then use the rest of the 2 to cut down the tree, to chop down the tree. So what does that mean? Preparation is the key to excellence. Preparation is the key to greatness. Preparation is the key to advancement in life. Now, everybody is seeing me. They hear me now because when I preach on this, I hear a lot of thank you, compliments, and great words. People are saying that you are so effortlessly. You are just talking. You are just saying so many things and so intensive every day. I mean, coming with all these topics, different kind of things. And that, where is it coming from? It's like I came from nowhere. But what people who know me know that I've been in preparation for 30 years for today. The past 30 years of my life has been preparation for what you are seeing today. So 30 years I was not lying somewhere. All these things that is coming out of me now, they have been in me in going for, even though they are natural to me, some of them. But without the preparation, I would not be as effective and I would not be as sharp and as productive as I am today. And you would not see the difference so glaringly in comparison to others. Because I'm not the only speaker in the world. A lot of people are speaking every day. I'm not the only pastor in the world, a lot of pastors. But preparation is the key. It's like what Abraham Lincoln said. 8 hours to the time when you chop down the tree, 6 hours to prepare for it. So I've had 30 years of preparation, and the rest of my life now will be real ministry. So preparation is the key to your success. Preparation is the key to your excellence. To be prepared means to make yourself ready beforehand, before the task, before the work. So when I begin to talk about Nigeria, that I'm going to Nigeria and I'm taking 2,000 people with me, people are scared. People don't know what I'm talking about. They're like, wow, is that possible? Well, and how is that? When they hear my dream and the things I want to do, they say, how can this man be talking like this? What is he trying to do? I mean, it's not possible. Well, the preparation I've gone through the past 30 years makes it possible for me. Jesus also went through his preparation for 30 years. So preparation is getting ready beforehand for a purpose or for a use or for some activities. And failing to prepare, somebody is writing, failing to prepare is preparing to fail. Yes. I mean, look at Olympics. I sometimes have a few minutes in a day to look at the Olympics going on. I mean, the difference between the gold medal and the silver medal is preparation. The difference between gold medal, silver medal, and bronze medal, and the people who don't get anything at all is preparation. When you talk about my country, Nigeria, they have been complaining, everybody is praying. Prayer doesn't help when they get to the Olympics. Prayer doesn't help. The people who don't pray but prepare are the ones who win the medals. They might be atheists, they might be communists, they might be Buddhists, they might be anything. Prayer doesn't play much role. What plays the big role is preparation. Now, prayer can play a role only when two people are equally as prepared. Then you two put your trust in God. Then prayer could make the difference. But if you are not equally prepared, if you are not on that level yet, God wonders will not happen. I mean, I listen to my people from my country who are going to the Olympics and the journalists. The journalists are always talking about, by the grace of God, we believe. I just see these people are just crazy. This is a crazy country. And we have to go there and change the mindset of that whole country. They say, we have been praying for them. We are believing. By the grace of God, they will bring something. Rubbish. I mean, Nigerians will be going, instead of going for training, they will be going for prayer meeting. What's wrong with you? Are you joking? This is a law on the earth. It is only people who are prepared that win the medals. It's only people who are prepared that win the medals. The same thing with industry. When it comes to the earth, you don't need God to be successful. I always say this and people get scared. I say, why is he saying? Yes, when it comes to life on earth, quote me, you don't need God to be successful. God is just a bonus when it comes to success on earth. God is only extra. It's only extra edge, that's all. God, you don't need God here on earth, planet earth, to be successful. Quote me anywhere and let the religious people come after me. But it doesn't change anything. It doesn't change anything. That's just a fact. God has created the earth in such a way that everything is supposed to function for your good. In fact, God has submitted the earth to the mandate and operation and the rulership of man. God is taking care of the things on the earth, in heavens, and he said the earth he has given to the control of man. So, your religiosity and the spirit of religion is what is killing our continent and our country. All that religiosity that says that you cannot do anything without God is what is making us to be backward and ineffective. When it comes to the earth, you can do basically everything without God. When it comes to the earth. But you cannot go to heaven without God. That's the only difference. The guy who is successful on the earth and who is able to do everything on the earth, if he doesn't receive the Christ, if he doesn't get to know God, he will go to hell, even though he's successful on the earth. But on the other hand, the guy who is praying on the earth, who is praying to God every day, and he doesn't have skills and is not developing his skills, he will be a failure on the earth, even though he will go to heaven. So, I just don't know how to help religious people. I don't know how to help religious people. Religious people are a different breed. They are a different breed. I just don't know how to help them. Yeah, Shur Andrew is quoting it in Russian language to me here, that God has given heaven to God, and he has given the earth to man. Yes. That is Psalm 115. Psalm 115, verse 13, I think. So, yeah. So the earth is the heavens is the Lord, but the earth he has given to the sons of men. Yeah. That's just the way we are supposed to function. You either like it or you don't like it, it's your own headache. But people who don't know God have been successful in this world. If you live in Europe, how many of those people living in Europe do you know that they are successful because of their prayers? How many of them? Have you ever heard of Dubai? Have you ever heard of Dubai? Do you think they pray to Jesus from morning to night? What about Saudi Arabia? They have the highest standard of living in the world. Actually, the country with the highest standard of living right now is Qatar. Qatar. Do you think they know Jesus? Do you think they read the Bible so well? Or they do all Holy Ghost service and night vigil? That's why they are having such a high ticket. Have you been to Japan? Is it because they have the biggest churches in the world? That's why Japan is one of the leading countries in the world. Or Chinese, they are communists. They even put Christians in prison. They hate Christians. They have the largest economy right now. Or the guys who are winning all the medals, or Thomas Edison, the light, the bulb that you have in your house. Do you think he's a believer? He doesn't even believe. He doesn't recognize God at all. The computer that you are using to watch me right now, Steve Jobs, he was a Buddhist. He left Christianity to Buddhism. And if you are using another computer, Bill Gates, he says, I don't even going to see the sense in God at all. Everything you are enjoying were created by people who don't even believe there is need for God at all. So when it comes to the earth, God has already created everything and said everything is good and perfect. Everything is good and perfect. God has already put everything on the earth for you to function. So why do we need God then? Why do you need God then? We need God so that we'll have the extra, we will go to heaven first of all. We need God mainly in heaven. So go to heaven. Number two, we need God because He's our maker. We are His product. We are from Him. We need Him to be sustained. We sustain ourselves by a true relationship with Him, but not to be successful. We need God because we want to live in our spirit man, but not to be successful on the earth. To be successful on the earth, also you might need God, but just to give you the extra edge, for you to be able to see further than ordinary people, other successful people who are ordinary people. For you to be able to see in the spirit and what other people have not seen. But not all Christians who believe in God can see in the spirit realm. Only people who are close to God can see in the spirit realm. So that's another topic. I've already dealt with that topic already. I will not go back to it today. Anyway, you need preparation. So it doesn't matter. The reason I started talking about this is because of our Nigeria Olympic team. With the Nigeria Olympic team, the way, everybody is praying. The whole country is praying for them. I feel like taking a cane, flog, and go and flog all our Nigerian pastors and journalists and all those people, telling them. Some people are going, before they go to Olympics, they are going to get anointing, holy oil and anointing on their head. Some of them are going to night vigil. In fact, some of the team, when they go to competition, World Cup and all that, they put a pastor and the imam there to be praying for them. And then they go and lose. Religion has blinded the African continent. It has just turned us into zombie. And when I talk like this, they say I am blaspheming. Thank God I'm a pastor. So they know it. Thank God it's not an atheist that is talking, or an Islamist. They will think he's because he's an unbeliever. But because we don't know how to balance God. We don't know how to balance God. We don't know how to even understand the Bible in the first place. So for you to be successful, it doesn't matter how you pray. It doesn't matter how long you pray. It doesn't matter how many imams anoint you. It doesn't matter how many bishops you gather together. It's just like yesterday, the other day, somebody was telling me that all the bishops, our president, my friend, the vice president of my country, went and gathered all the GOs of Nigeria, all GOs, that is general overseers, the senior pastors of Nigeria, gathered them together in Lake, I think in Abuja, so that they will pray for the economy of the Nigeria. I said, wow, they should go and learn from Singapore. How many prayer meetings they did in the palace before Singapore became from the third one to the first one. They should go and learn from Dubai, the premier of Dubai, the sheikh of Dubai. How many prayer meetings, how many night meetings he did before he could build the wonders of the world in Japan. I mean, in Dubai. They should go. And I told the people who told me that, I guarantee you nothing will change. This year, nothing will change in Nigeria's economy. That's why I can guarantee you. I can go sleep and prophet. I don't even need to be a prophet. I can prophesy that nothing will change in Nigeria's economy. It will change, but after 3 years minimum. Because I know the caliber of people that are in the government. I believe in some of them, and things will change because they are working hard. But that prayer they are doing is a waste of time. And all the big men, our fathers in the Lord are there. I don't want to mock them, and I'm not laughing at them, but I'm just baffled. I'm just totally baffled and shocked at what is happening. I mean, these men of God are men that I respect, and they are professors, some of them. Some of them are bright minds. But religion, how can we be using religion? It's just like saying, somebody say you have cancer. Somebody say you have cancer, and then you are taking what is Rob? Vaccine, not vaccine, what do you call it? Just cream. They say you have cancer, and you are taking cream to rub yourself. Cream. Cancer. Cream is for beauty, and you are using cream to rub yourself to heal you of cancer. It's a different medication for a sickness now. For you to excel on earth, you need preparation, adequate preparation. So just like with the Olympics, you need preparation. You need preparation. Everybody became so quiet. If you guys see something, everybody is quiet. No life. Everybody is very quiet now. They think I'm blaspheming. They think God is going to strike me dead right now. No something. Everybody is just quiet because I touched the holies of religion. We need to get delivered from religiosity. We need to get delivered. If Nigeria and Africa is to go forward at all, we need to get delivered from religiosity. Until we get delivered from religion, we will not know Christ. Because there is a big difference between religion and knowing Christ. In fact, I must release my book very fast. On our independence, what independence are we having now? 56?
56, yes. Sir.
56 independence. Yes, somebody is commenting at last, using Vaseline to heal cancer. That is exactly what we are doing. We are using Vaseline to heal cancer. So anyway, on the Independence Day of our country, I'm going to make it worse. What you are hearing from me now is nothing compared to when you wait for my book to come out. My book is, make you write them down. Write my book down now. My book is going to be called Only God Can Save Nigeria. What a myth. What a myth. Only God that can save Nigeria? What a myth. It's going to be a whole book I'm going to write on this topic. So you think I'm blaspheming God right now? Or I'm blaspheming the church or the man of God? You wait till the book comes out. It's going to be put in printing. And it's going to be printed. And it's going to be released in Nigeria. Even Satan cannot stop it from being released. Even Satan cannot stop that book from being released. It's going to be released. And it's going to go viral. Because I must set my country free from religious addiction. I must set my people free from religious addiction. I must do my best while I am living, or while I am still living. This kind of rubbish should not be happening in my country while I am on earth. It is time for me to take on Nigeria right now. We must set the continent free. I must set my people free. People have used religion to captivate us. The captivation, the slavery of religion is worse than the slavery of Europeans. The slavery of religion has become worse than the slavery of the world. The slavery that we are going through right now is the slavery of religion. The religion has become the problem of our country right now. Number one problem. And we must set that country free. Until we set that country free from religion and superstition, there will never be any kind of progress on our continent, on our country. So the same thing that the footballers are doing, that's the same thing ministers are doing, government ministers. Of course, if you want to make a political point by just going to call GOs or pastors or senior pastors to pray, that's a political statement. But don't say it's because of that prayer that miracle will happen. Or don't say it's because of that prayer that the economy will change. You've got to use the laws of economy. You've got to use the laws of economy for economy to change. You've got to put the rules, the economic principles in place for the economy to change. You've got to have right policies for economy to change. You got to look for ways of getting foreign reserves or foreign exchange for economy to change. You got to produce products for economy to change. You got to create conducive environment for economy to change. You got to produce services for economy to change. It's not by praying economy changes. It's not by praying development comes. It's not by praying progress comes in a nation. It is ludicrous. It's a national shame that my country has been reduced to a country where people pray that the economy will grow. I either laugh or I cry. That's the thing. I feel like I either both crying and laughing at the same time. That's what I'm feeling right now. I'm feeling like both crying. I've finished my topic. I don't think I can preach again. This Nigeria, this Olympic thing has taught me. Nigerian mentality has taught me. I have to deal with religion. Please be telling them if you want to know the truth. Begin to get ready right now. Begin to get ready for that my book. That my book is going to come out very soon. Only God can save Nigeria. What a myth. And if I don't care if you're going to love me after that or you're going to hate me, I don't care. But the truth must be told. Until we deliver our country from religion, nothing will happen. There will be no progress. Oh, there is somebody right here told me, she does say, David, I live in Dubai and I know that so-called Muslims believe that they need God's help to actualize the dreams and intentions. You say, if we believe that the Muslims don't even have real God, right? No matter what they do, we don't even believe that God is hearing them. What about we that God is hearing? So if God is not hearing them, so how are they doing the progress? Because they are using their mind. For you to be successful on the earth, it's not God you need, it's your mind you need. It's your skills you need. God has already put everything on the earth and in you to be successful. So you need God, not because you need something from God, but because you want to honor Him for what He has already given you. But you want to worship Him for what you already have in Him. You want to have relationship with Him because it's your Savior, it's your nature, you are His product, you are His son and His child. You want, as a father and son, you want to just have relationship with your Father. If you who are parents, how much will you like your children just to be relating with you because they need something from you? But they need to relate with you because they are your children. They need to relate with you because they love you. That's how it should be with God, not because we need Him to do one crisis or get us out of one crisis or the other. We have the problem. Nigeria had the problem with the football team. The football team. Nigerian football team was stranded in Atlanta or somewhere. Till the last moment. They actually left the Atlanta, I think only about 7 or 9 hours before their first game. So, I mean, that's when they arrived. Sorry, they arrived at the venue of the Olympics 7 hours before their first game. And then, you know, they were supposed to have left a week before. And they left it to the last moment. So when they get to the plane, you know the first thing they were doing? They were praying. Praying and thanking God for providing, for sending the plane, for getting them out of there at last. I say it's not praying, you should be flogging. All your administrations are supposed to be getting flogged. Spanked. Of course you will pray because you are leaving everything for the last moment. If you have left a week ago, you don't need to pray for miracle that God should send a plane. If the plane had come and go a week ago, I mean, you would have done everything you need to do on time. You don't need to be praying for miracles now. We are praying for miracles because we don't do our own part. We don't use the mind God has given unto us. We don't do the things on time. We don't use the laws of God, the principles of God. We want to manipulate God by all means. But God cannot be manipulated, you see. God cannot be manipulated. So we didn't do what we need to do with the economy in Nigeria. We didn't fix our economy. We went and ate all the food of the economy. We wasted the money of Nigeria, you know, in the last 10 years, on the last 15 years of Nigerian economy. We wasted it, corrupted the whole thing, shopped the money, ate, corrupted the whole, and now we are praying to God. We are now asking God to come and deliver. God will not cover up for corruption. That's why I'm laughing at what those OGO people are doing. God is not going to cover up for our corruption, for our you know, the irresponsibility. God is not going to cover up our irresponsibility. God is not going to cover up our lack of sense of our ignorance. God is not going to cover for our ignorance. That is medicine after death. So for we now to begin to say God should now come and heal our economy and do, we have to pay the price. We've got to go through the pain. We need to learn our lesson. Well, I'm sorry if I offended any one of you, but I don't know how I got there, but you wait till my book comes out. I'm going to offend more of you by the grace of God. I'm advertising the book already. You look out for it. In fact, I think I'm going to release that book. I thought I was going to release it in October towards the president. I think I will release it 1 month before so that you will succeed in reading it first before the independence, so that your eyes will be open. You will know that we are in problem until we deliver our country, Africa and Nigeria, from the addiction of religion. And addiction of religion, we would not be set free. We would never understand. We would never understand, undergo development. We would never know what development is. I'm sorry that I have to say this right, on air, but why not? We have to say it. We have to say it. We just need to be organized. We don't need to use principles, the laws. Life is predictable if you use laws. I have a whole series on how to run the world, and the world is run by laws and principles. If you follow the laws and principles, you will get anything you will need, and everything will work out for you. You don't need witches and wizards, or you don't even need Satan or God even. God has already made all the provision for you to be successful without Him. So for you now to believe in Him is because you love Him, because it's your choice. But if you are believing in God because you need some things, it's paganism. It's paganism. If you are going to God just because you need Him to give you bread and butter, because you need Him to provide for your school fees, or you need to provide, that's paganism. You are actually running after your own needs. You are running after your own desires. You are using God. You are using God. You are not going to God because you love Him. You don't love Him. You are using Him for your own purpose. You are after your own ideas, for your own gains. And that's why we begin to use God like a 9119, 911 or whatever, 991 or 911. Okay, Shidirim said, I need the series on how to run the world. Yes, how to run the world is called, the series is called Life is Predictable. That series is you can go to my blog, SundayAdelajablog.com, SundayAdelajablog.com, and go and look for the series. The week is a whole week series that says Life is Predictable. Life is predictable. So if you go and look for the video blog, or if video is too expensive for you, you can go and look daily broadcast. So daily broadcast or video blog, you will see all the series there. Is one of the earliest one I did. So go down to the very first ones, then you will see the series on Life is Predictable. And then you could, if you don't find, if it's difficult for you to get it on my blog, you could go to my Facebook. I mean to my YouTube page. YouTube page is also Sunday Adelaja Official. You can go to the video blog playlist. Go to the playlist of video blog or Daily Word or something. I think the video blog is called. Then you will be able to look through it and find what you need there. Okay, let me read what you have. Please go and share the link. I'm not afraid for the link to get to the hand of people who will curse me and call death on me. Let it go to them. So go and share the link. Go and share the link. Go and share the link. Let's go and share the link as fast as possible while I read your comments, okay? Okay, Shidirim said it's in the US. Oh, then you don't have any problem with the video. Go and download it, yes. Emmanuel Anishebe said, Nigeria is in darkness. Only God can deliver us. No, not God. Not God. That's exactly what I said about my book. It's not God that's going to deliver us. Emmanuel, that's exactly why I wrote the book. The book is called Only God can save Nigeria. It's a myth. It's a myth that it's only God that can deliver us. No, not God. Men are in charge of the earth. Men are supposed to run the earth, not God. Leave God alone from this business. Make you leave God alone, though. God don't give you the mind. God don't give you the heart. God don't give you the intelligence, the laws for you to run your earth. I mean, to run the world and your nation. You think it's God that is running Dubai? Or it's God that is running Saudi Arabia? It's God that is running Singapore? It's God that is running UK? It's God that is running America? It's people running these countries. They are human beings like you, my friend. Not only God can save Nigeria. No. That's why I wrote the book. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's going to take some time before it gets to you guys. The series of how to run the world is called Life is Predictable. Life is Predictable. If you go to the video blog, you see the playlist there. You will see Life is Predictable is the series. Okay. Who is there now? Shola Ojewusi said, our entire mindset must be transformed then. Oh yes, of course. That's exactly why I'm here. I'm here to transform the whole mindset of a country. That is what this transformation is all about. We have to change first. Ayu Adedayo said, my pastor, I salute you. Thank you. But, we've got to change. If we don't change our mindset, nothing changes. We cannot change our country without changing our mindset. We need to change our mindset first. Until we change our mindset, nothing will change. Nikki Christian said, you are born with unique strengths. They may seem invisible and useless to you, but I assure you 100% they are visible to others and people need them. When you allow your gifts and talents to surface, you will realize how much you can contribute and how they will be a perfect way to earn your living. You will excel naturally. You have a choice. Ooh, that's a lot. Yes. That's for the message. That's concerning the message I just preached. Basil says, most of our pastors in Nigeria twist the Bible. Politicians, godfatherism, and corruptions are the order of the day. Seeking his kingdom first is forever worth it. The true purpose. Yes. Ufoma Anigoro said, "You are speaking the truth, sir. I am angry that our leaders are silent and using prayers as a pretense instead of addressing the issues and teaching principles. We are supposed to be the salt of the earth, yet Nigeria is wasting away without preservation despite all the churches in there." Well, I'm going to Nigeria. That's exactly why I'm going to Nigeria. We are going to fix it. I and the people, and we and you, we are going to be the Moses that is going to fix the country. I'm going to Nigeria for that purpose. Onyinye Okoro said the worst is that they manipulate with God. Yes. By the way, there is somebody that is watching me right now that is having growth or cancer of the breast. God wants to heal you. You know, God has spoken this to me 3 times since this program has been going on. So if you have a problem in your breast, put your hand there. God is healing you right now. And someone else just had operation in your jaw, somewhere in your jaw here. You know, you just have that operation, and I don't think it's effective. It's successful. There is a problem that's still going on there. So put on your hand there. God is healing your place. Joseph Shukwudi said, "We know the truth as a nation, my dear man of God, but we also know that the best way to cover our corruption as a nation is to use the cover up of religion." There is wisdom there. Agama said, "Thank you, sir, but that only God can save Nigeria. That is what we are taught in our church here." Well, we have to be taught again. Larry Wajuboli says, "It's okay. We need the offense. It pokes at the root of the disease." Tommy Yashido David said, "Please, I would like to read the book. I have always thought that without prayers, my work on earth is useless." No. You need that book, yes. By the grace of God, the book will come out in September. By the grace of God, the book will come out in September. But you could begin to read some of my books already. I have one book on Nigeria that's called Nigeria and the Leadership Question. That might help. And Church Shift is another book that you might want to read. That could help you as well. So those are some of them. And then there's another one that I just released last week. It's called Who Am I? Who Am I? Samuel Kalu said, "Most likely those bishops and GOs slept with Ghana must go back of money. Why still praying for the economy to get better?" Nkem Dike said, "Truth has to be told. Most of the men of God aren't bold enough to speak this truth." Tina Stevens said, "Pastor, don't worry about upsetting anyone. They need to change." Agama said, "If that is the truth, then we can't be angry." Elizabeth said, "I'm not offended, sir." Okay. David Taiwo said, "I feel like crying for this truth that I'm hearing." Angie Opera said, "That's very correct, sir." Onyinye Okoro said, "We need real people like you that operate with principles." Thank you, sir. Apostle Yomi says on Audipe, "I believe there is a lot of ignorance in the body of Christ in Nigeria. Most men of God are reluctant to confront it openly like you are doing. I salute your courage and boldness because at least someone is being prepared by God to tackle this ignorance." Harry Okenzo, I say, "More grace to you, sir." Elizabeth says, 100% true, sir. Some people treat God like a marketplace. You go when you need food stuff in your house. Oh, wow. Wow. Sheikh Anyo said, "We shy from real work and try to use gimmicks in the name of prayers." Landewaju said, "That's lack of knowledge. It's a fundamental flaw. Religion and politics are intermingled to repress the creative preparation and accountability demanded by us." Yeah. Pastor, thank you that you are God sent to me. I'm ready to get down to work. Wonderful, wonderful. If we all get back to work, we are going to save our country. Lola Shorumke said, "The key is for me. Is to invested in prayer, continual communication with God, preparation through added value to self and action till the project is manifested on the earth." Yeah. Basil say moderation will forever remain the answer in all that we, because death comes around at any time, but our government is. Jacob Saleh said, I feel you, sir. Agama said, true talk. Onyeye said, Pastor, I'm ready for the book. Koyejo Uduola said, yes, the point was very well classified in previous talks about prayer, not the religious prayers. Yes, yes. If you want to know more about what I mean, that, the kind of prayers that we need to pray, what is prayer, and why we don't need to pray for Nigeria economy, and why we don't need to pray that God will save Nigeria, why it's not God that's going to save Nigeria. Yeah, Koye is right, that the topic is well specified. I dealt with it very well on the series on prayer. If you have not gone through the series on prayer, you might need to go through that series. That series will really open your eyes to know what is religious prayer and real prayer and relationship with God. So you can go to, again, you can go to my blog, SundayAdelajablog.com, and go to the series on prayers. That will really help you. Or you can get it on YouTube, Sunday Adelaja Official. Samuel Kalu says, someone asked, since heaven is God's abode and Satan the God of this world, do we need Satan then to make it here? We need deliverance from religious addiction. Yeah, we need deliverance. Shola Ojewusi said, no, praying before the football or before game is not a blasphemy. But what about if we pray not to be injured during games? Wow! Shola, wow! Let's talk about that. You want to tell me you've never seen any Nigerian player injured? And despite the prayer? You know, we never go to play without praying. And do you want to tell me that no one of them has ever been injured? In fact, I will tell you right now, the one who is the highest scorer in Nigerian team is right now lying down injured. He played 2 games and he got knocked out. You know, don't tell me those things. These are natural laws. These are natural things. You want to tell me that those guys who pray don't get injured? No, don't tell me those stories. Don't tell me those stories. We are living in physical world and physical laws operate here. Okay, Tommy Shidoze David said, please explain very well regarding the point you just made. You see, the whole day will not be enough for me to do that. Tommy, I beg you, go and find my series on prayer. I have a whole series on prayer, all right? I have a whole series on prayer that is saying why it is a waste of time, what is a waste of time to pray about, and what do we need to pray about, what do we don't need to pray about. So it is on my blog, SundayAdelajablog.com. And you can go and see the video blog or the daily broadcast, and look there in the playlist. You will see the one on prayer. Or you could go to YouTube and see the one on prayer. Kemi Knight say, preach, Pastor, I agree 100%. Religion has turned so many people to silly. Charles Smith say, using Vaseline to cure cancer is funny. Wow. Elizabeth and Lisa, Pastor, some of them need koboko. Koboko in our language means spanking. Larry Waju says, religious bondage distorts our intelligence. Yes. Sam Olashain, they say, can God reveal your calling to you in a dream? Oh, yeah, of course, that's possible. But you don't wait for dreams, you look for it in yourself. Wei Me John Ebobo says, sir, thank you very much, sir. Nigeria is the starting point. The religious city spreads all over Africa, even right here in Ghana. Well, we need to set up the whole continent free, right? Magnolia says, amen. It's a lot of work to do to deliver the work from darkness. Yep. Oyinye said, I always pray for you and your family. God has sent you at this time. God bless you so that they will not kill me. Nobody can kill me, don't worry. If you feel like praying, make you pray, but don't worry about that. Well. It's nice to be with you guys. Time is over now. Time is up. I'm sorry. I hope you got the message though before I went to Nigeria issue. I'm just passionate about my country and Africa. But I think I made the point about preparation. For you to discover your calling. You don't, you just listen to the message again. It will help you. And but it was nice to be with you guys. Look out for that book. That book is going to cause some movement over there. The book is called Nigeria. Only God Can Save Nigeria. What a myth. Only God Can Save Nigeria. What a myth. It's not yet released. It's going to be released in September. So look out for it. God bless. We'll see you tomorrow morning. I'll be back again. 7 o'clock, 7:30 Nigerian time, 7:30 a.m., 7:30 a.m. British time, 2:30 a.m. American time, Eastern time. And then in the evening, I'll be back again. 2 p.m. American time, that's Eastern time, 7 p.m. Nigerian time and British time. So God bless you guys. Have a wonderful day. Bye.